The French girl no makeup look is something that I'm sure you have heard about. In fact, I recently received a question in one of my comments asking me to do a video on exactly that. So in today's edition of the Paris Weekly, I am going to show you exactly how to get the French girl no makeup look. For those who do not know, my name is Adriel. I am an American who lives in Paris, and I have been living here for a little over 4 years. And I am a firm believer in the French girl's no makeup look. I have been doing it since way before it was trendy, way before I knew even French women were doing it. The thing is that the French girl's no makeup routine is so simple. It's easy to do, but one of the most important things to remember is that you have to customize it for you, for your skin tone. And when I say that, I mean, yes, it is going to be very minimal. However, you're going to see that I make small changes based upon my skin tone and my skin undertones. And that is something that I think people always forget when it comes to French fashion or even French beauty, is that you do have to make sure you're customizing it for you and for your skin tone. So, with that said, let's get right on into this routine, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get the look and exactly what products I use to get the look. Let's go. On y va, comme on a dit en français. So first and foremost, when it comes to getting this French girl no makeup look that everybody wants, one of the very first steps in it is that you're going to use like some sort of tinted serum. You really do not use any sort of foundation or anything like that on your skin. When it comes now to using a tinted serum, I either use this typology or I use this right here, Tata Harper. Particularly for today, I'm going to use this typology because I'm currently obsessed with it and really just loving how it's making my skin look. Before we move on to the next step though, I'm gonna wash my hands because I absolutely hate when I have product on my hands. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, so hands are clean. So that is one of the number one things I think it is important to know when it comes to the French girl makeup look, is that essentially a lot of what they do is going to be with your hands. A lot of stuff is applied with the hands and with the fingers. Personally, you are not going to see me do that because I do not like having makeup product all over my hands. I also don't think it's particularly sanitary or good for your skin. So you're not gonna see me do that, but I'm still gonna show you kind of every single thing that happens. The next step that I personally like to do is I like to move on to the eyes. And currently I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm using. So I'm using this eyeshadow right here. It's by a German brand called Un Gratel, and I really love their colors and I really love their creamy formulas. One of the things I think that makes this kind of French girl makeup so appealing is the fact that it looks so natural. It looks like it's blended so well into your skin. The reason for that I really believe and I've noticed is because a lot of the formulas that people are using are very creamy. And so as a result, they really just blend into the skin really, really well. So another thing you should know when it comes to doing your makeup and kind of the French girl routine is that French society is really about conformity. It's really about fitting in. Don't expect to see kind of anything too bold as far as makeup looks and kind of colors that people are using. They're really going to use things that very closely complement their skin. However, as I mentioned, it's really important to customize, right? And so for me, because I have brown skin, I can play with a lot more colors and I can add in a bit more shimmer and a bit more glitz for even a daytime look and not have it be too much, and that's solely because of my skin color. So with that said, I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna show you how I put it on. Don't worry, it's gonna look like I'm gonna poke myself in the eye. I am not. And then once I apply it, I'm going to blend it with a brush. This next step isn't technically in the French girl makeup routine, but it certainly is in mine, and that's the eyebrows. because remember, we put tinted serum on our eyebrows. We've now put our eyeshadow on. So the next step, as far as I'm concerned, is that I gotta tint my eyebrows. So I use this little brush. It's an eyebrow brush, and I bought it from Officine Universelle Bully. So if you've heard about this place and you're wondering, what do I get there that isn't like what everybody else has, get the eyebrow brush. Next up, we're gonna finish up our eyes, and we're gonna do that with a little bit of mascara. It's from a brand called Yolane. I got it in one of my, Blissum boxes or something. And so because I have it, I'm going to use it. So we're gonna put this on. So next up, we're going to apply our blush, but let me first tell you how the way that I do it differs a little bit from kind of the traditional French woman method. So traditionally, what French women do is they will put lipstick on their lips and they will apply that again with their fingers. And then they'll just take a little bit of lipstick that they put on their lips, and they will then also use that as their blush. And that's kind of how they get that really soft look that really looks like everything on their face kind of matches. It's because they use the lipstick as blush. I cannot do that. My skin does not like when I take the same stuff that's been on my lips and put it on my cheeks. My cheeks go crazy. They break out. Weird things happen. As a result, I'm gonna use my Ilia blush palette. And the reason I like this palette is because all of the colors, everything in it is just super creamy. So what I do is I just take, it's really easy. So I just do like one side here, I do one side in this color, and then I Okay, so a trick for those who might be new to makeup, not used to using a lot of it. If you ever add too much makeup, let's say you do too much blush, what you use to take it off is a beauty blender. Last step of the French girl beauty routine is the lipstick. Generally, when it comes to the French beauty routine, women don't really use lip pencils. They don't really use not lip pencils. They don't really use lip liners. And I, however, really like a good lip liner. I think it helps your color stay. That's what I think is the benefit of it. So with this color in particular, this lip liner doesn't match it exactly. But what I like about this lip liner, again, un Gretel. What I like about this is that it has this side that's moisturizing. So I actually like to always use this. So here's the thing. What I think is one of the big differences between the French girl beauty routine and maybe what we do in the US is going to be the way that they go about applying the lipstick. So generally what they do is they apply the lipstick just in the middle, and then they use their fingers to kind of smudge it out all around, and that's what kind of gives them that very like kind of smudgy look, very natural lip color. However, as I said, I don't like using my fingers all over stuff. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do a lip pencil, and then I'm going to blot. Does this look effortless? Yes. Does it look like it took me 5 minutes to do this? Yes. Did it actually take me 5 minutes to do this? Heck no. We all know it took me more than 5 minutes to do this. I mean, you have been here through the video and you haven't seen even like all of this, the rubbing. This though looks very, effortless. It looks very low maintenance. Frankly though, it looks very natural. That's what I think is the best part about this French approach to makeup, is that it looks very, very natural, and it really is about complementing and highlighting, your features, and also, matching and adjusting and changing based upon your skin tone. So anyways, there you have it. I hope you have enjoyed this video on the French girl no makeup look, and have enjoyed seeing exactly how you can always get the French girl no makeup look. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I look forward to reading them. Let me know. I will, of course, make sure that I link to every single one of the products via via the link that will be in the description box. So you'll be able to look at those, access them, buy them if you want to. And yeah, feel free to ask me any questions. All right, so with that said, take care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Bye.